For some reason I'm out of focus on it. There it is.
Half eggshells in your garden for a long time. The eggshells, they do leach calcium, and that's good. It's good for the worms. The worms actually need calcium too. But it was like just a word for compost, humus. And he said that if there weren't worms, there wouldn't be life. They make the thin layer of living stuff that's on the surface of this crust of the earth. But Darwin knew about the worms. But vermicomposting uses a special kind of worm that's called a red worm, which is also called a tiger worm, or a trout worm, or Eisenia fativa. It's a great hobby. It's fun for kids. If you get enough worms in the box, you can hear them mucking around. It's really, it's fun. You can see the worm eggs, learn a lot of biology. But if you're doing composting, over the winter, you're taking it indoors. You're not going to build a cubic yard thing in your basement, right? You're just not going to do that. So the worms are necessary when you have low temperature, low volume. Low volume means low temperature. I'll explain that. When you have a small amount, you need the worms because the worms are not eating the food. The worms are eating the ooze that bacteria create from the cucumbers and the lettuce. And it has to be the right temperature and the right things have to be broken down and moist enough for the worms to consume it. But the worms do, if you have enough worms, they consume as quickly as stuff breaks down. And worms are said to eat between half their weight and all of their weight as a mass per day. So if you have worms, if you have a low temperature compost, it's not really cooking. It's not breaking down quickly enough. It's going to smell bad. It's going to, if there's enough air, temperature's right, you get mold, and bread, and there's orange peels, they're big pieces. The worms make composting in the winter at low temperature with low volume possible.